Damn it, Kitty. Get out of my way. I can't feed you right now. Poor Kitty. Her name is Gracie, but I've always called her Kitty. Or Kitty, like Cartman from South Park. I just couldn't deal with her harassment over the need to have her breakfast bowl filled right this minute. I was in crisis. I was on a deadline. I'm still on a deadline as I record this. I release the Brassy broadcast every Friday at 5 a.m. I'm working hard at maintaining my consistency. It's something I preach to my clients, and doing what I say I'm going to do is a core value for me. I can't not deliver. I'd also raised the stakes earlier in the week when I talked to a potential client and told her of my grand plans for this episode, how I was going to change it up from just a straight interview and take it into more of a storytelling direction. I told her she could hear the episode when it released on Friday. I usually put the show together on Wednesday or Thursday, upload and schedule it to go out to the world while I'm still warm and snuggly in my bed on Friday morning. I've been doing this for a while. I know the drill. I have a process. I deviated from my process. Hold on. Let me catch you up. We'll call this Pulp Podcast, and I'll give you the backstory. I've been making and working on podcasts for a few years now, ever since the nuns got me into it. Yes, the nuns. I loved the stories and conversations they were having. I wanted to have conversations with cool women and share their stories. So I started this podcast, and it's been primarily an interview show. I changed up the format in this new season so I can use it as a vehicle to explore how we broadcast into the world across multiple platforms that are available to us. And it's a way that I can share what I've been learning with you. I bought a new Zoom H6 recorder a few weeks ago to give me some additional recording options, and it is beyond fabulous. I used it to record an interview. It's an interview I love and can't wait to share with the world. It's the interview that you're not listening to right now. I read the instructions. I did test recordings and played them back. They sounded awesome. I took the leap. I trusted. I recorded an interview on the Zoom with no backup recording device. I played back the recording of the interview while my guest was still in the room just to make sure I'd captured this incredible conversation. It was there. I did everything I was supposed to do, except format the disc before I started recording. Rookie mistake. I'm no rookie. How did I miss this? I don't know. It doesn't matter now. It just is. And that brings us back to right here, right now. This is Plan B. I'm using my podcast to tell you this story. I believe that the universe has bigger plans for that interview. I believe that the universe has bigger plans for me. It's all in the timing. I'm sharing my failure story with you this week. I'm also playing around with some sound design elements in this episode. I'm attempting to tell you this story based on the E-story structure that I learned about from an episode of How Sound. It's all coming together. It's going to be okay. The world isn't going to end because I'm not releasing the episode I wanted to release. I'm not even sure if this will get out on time. But this, I do know. This episode will come out at some point on Friday. I'll listen back to it 6 months from now and cringe because I will have improved my craft. I'm taking my own medicine and swallowing a bitter pill with this one. I recently wrote a blog post called Why You Should Start a Shitty Podcast. You have to know where the bar is set when you start so you can measure your progress. Well, now I have the bar. And don't worry about Kitty. She has food in her bowl and is napping on the couch. All is right in her world. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Brassy Broadcast. The sound of an angry troll stomping down the steps was recorded by me with my Zoom H6 recorder. I might have also been the angry troll. The rest of the music and sound came from the Apple Loops library. I used Logic Pro to put the show together, and Apple Loops comes with it. My caveat to you is that the library is a little overwhelming and can be a giant time suck if you aren't prepared. One of the lessons I learned from making this episode is that I need to be more intentional as I'm scripting the show. Next time, I will add markers in the script and also include descriptive keywords for the vibe I want the music to create. In the show notes, I'll have a link to some blog posts from How Sound about story structure. It was incredibly helpful to read them before writing and recording this episode. If you dig the show and want to get an email on Saturday morning with the latest episode, resources for creating podcasts and other media, and a glimpse into what's going on in my ears and in between, get yourself over to brassybroad.com and join the email party. Now get out in the world and do some good.